In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to install the Juicy Crumb DockLite into a 20-inch iMac G4. First, place the iMac on its back on a smooth flat surface and unscrew the 4 Phillips head screws that secure the bottom plate. Next, rotate the dome so that the optical drive is facing towards the right. Now unscrew the 4 visible T10 screws. These are what keep the logic board assembly attached to the bottom of the dome. With these removed, the logic board assembly can be placed flat on the table. Remove the T10 screw that secures the grounding cable to the chassis and disconnect the main power connector. Now you can disconnect the 2 IDE cables. With those out of the way, the power supply and inverter cables should be accessible as well. Last but not least, we can remove the video cable. However, be extremely careful when removing this, and don't pry from this side of the board. Instead, make sure to pry from the other side, as there are no delicate connecting pins, and you have less risk of damaging the logic board or connector. The logic board assembly is now separated from the chassis. You can move the iMac to the side. Lastly, disconnect the modem cable. With everything disconnected, we can now remove the logic board from the bottom assembly. There are 4 screws that secure it in place, 3 T10 screws, and 1 plastic Phillips head screw. The logic board can be removed by gently pulling it forward and then up. Depending on your configuration, you may have an airport card and antenna that you'll have to remove during this step as well. Next, remove the 2 I/O shields. We won't be needing these. This next step is optional, however we recommend removing the modem connector as well. To make life easier, you can also remove the IDE cable from the optical drive. The DockLite G4 is now ready to be installed. Lower it into place and then secure it with the 4 screws removed previously. You can now reconnect all of the cables. With everything connected, the logic board assembly can be fastened back into the chassis. Be careful not to crush any of the internal cables when resecuring the logic board assembly, as it can be quite easy to damage them. With the DockLite installed, you can now place your iMac upright again. Now plug in the USB-C, HDMI, audio, Pro speakers, and power cable. If everything was followed correctly, your iMac display should illuminate after you've connected a host computer and pushed the power button. Don't forget to install the Juicy Link companion app. This will allow you to easily adjust your display's brightness. Alternatively, you can use the push buttons located at the rear of the machine. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the Juicy Crumb YouTube channel to be notified of future product announcements and tutorials. If you're having trouble with the installation, make sure to check out the troubleshooting page on our website, which we have linked below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll do our best to respond to them.